Hey guys, welcome to Learn QA and Allah channel. And in this video, we will try to explain the part 2 of missing numbers. I think in the first video, we discussed different ideas of framing the questions, and we did a 30-minute video where you have 15 questions on arithmetic operations of numbers. What are the different ideas also we discussed? And the continuation of that topic is part 2, lesson 2, right? And you could see one of the good question on the screen, 6, 180, 252. So the agenda of this class is to make you to understand what are the effective use of squares and cubes concepts related to missing numbers, right? And this is the introduction part we have discussed. Question framing ideas we discussed: matrix based, circle based, triangle based, different combinations of pictures, and miscellaneous figures as well. I think this we discussed in detail in the first video. Have a glance at it. And these are the typical ideas. So in the previous video, we try to work out 15 fantastic questions on this talk, on this model, arithmetic operations of numbers. And today you have 10 questions, 10 good questions on applications of squares and cubes. So as I told you that we cannot play with 5-10 questions. We'll try to make as many questions as possible on all varieties of questions as part of learning. We have lesson 2 on this. Let's go for the questions. Yeah, first question. 4, 5, 41. And guys, I already told you, what is the effective way to read the question instantly? Always try to see the numbers which are having a larger number towards the end. So here the number is big in the third row. That means better to think in the columns wise. In this column, in this column, and in this column. And cubes is very, very awkward to talk about because 4 cube itself is 64, which is exceeding. So think about squares. So 4 squared plus 5 squared. So 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25, the sum is 41. Okay, happy. So 7 square is 49, 6 square is 36. So 49 plus 36 is 85. Now 8 square plus what number will give you 100, right? So to do that, 8 square plus what number square? Some x number square is 100. So friends, this is 64. If 64 come to the side, 100 minus 36 is 36. Sorry, 100 minus 64 is 36. X square is 36. X is square root 36 is 6. So instantly you can say the answer is right. Let's go for the second question. 9. Okay, first thing is recognition of the reading, whether to take the idea in terms of row wise or column wise. So in the previous case, the larger numbers are there in the third row, so we think in terms of columns wise. Now the larger numbers are in third column, right? So think in terms of rows wise, guys. Think in terms of rows wise. This is how we should attack the question. Now, again, cubes are very big numbers to think about, right? 9 square is 81. But how do you get 65 when I subtract 4 square? So 81 minus 16 is how much? Difference 65, right? Satisfies. Do the same thing. 8 square minus 5 square. That is 64 minus 25. Is it 30, right? Yes. Then 13 square minus what number square is 69? Friends, 13 square is 169. If 169 minus 69 is 100, if x square come to this side, x plus x square. So x square 100, x is 10. As simple as that. Okay. Slowly we'll increase different varieties of questions, guys. Let's see the third question. And please watch after you try, guys. Pause the video for some time. Think of it. If not, watch the video. And that is the best way to learn, to be active learner. Now, 6, 180, 252, 4, 48, 80, 8 missing from 576. How do you generate these numbers then? So the moment when I see this 180 and 252, they are somehow close to cubes and squares observation of 6. How do you think, guys? 6. What is 6 cube minus 6 squared? 6 cube is 216. 6 square is 36. This difference is 180, and that is given here. Next, you subtract here, right? Let us take the sum of those two. 6 cube plus 6 squared. So 216 plus 36, and that is 252. That satisfies, right? So the number is given, difference of cube and square, and sum of cube and square. So do the same thing here, guys. Do the same thing here. So now the number is 4. The number is 4, right? So number is 4. what is the step we have to do? 4 cube minus 4 square. So 64 minus 16 is a 48. Yes, satisfies. Now 4 cube plus 4 square, right? So that is 64 plus 16. The sum is 80. Satisfies. So now the number is 8. 8 cube minus 8 square. Here 8 cube plus 8 square. So 8 cube is 512. 8 square is 64. The summation is 576. Satisfies. 8 cube is 512. 8 square is 64. Unit digit 12 minus 4, 8, ending with 8, 448. Option C. So in this way, you can use the concept of squares and the cubes. And friends, trust me, if you have good knowledge on these number puzzles, missing number characters, you can perform much better in number series as well. So these are the different ideas that you should focus. Let's go for the question number 4. Next, 2, 6, 63, 4, 5, 80, 5, 9, 28. Now, how do you generate the number 63 by using the combinations of 2 and 6 is very important. And the moment when I say 63 and 2 and 6, friends, if I add these two, the sum is 8. If I square it, 64 minus 1. What I mean to say is, let us add 2 and 6, square it, some external operations, minus 1. So 8 square is 64 minus 1, 63. So what is 4 plus 5? So 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 square is 81, minus 1 is 8. Now, I think while framing the question, I did a little mistake. I forget to mention the missing term in this. So what you can do is remove this, place here a question mark. Today small typing error. I personally typed all this, right? I'm so sorry for it. Okay, let us continue, guys. Let us continue. Don't stop. Now 5 plus 9 whole square minus 1. So 5 plus 9 is 14 square is 196. Minus 1 is 195. So here 28 is not there. In terms of in place of 28, missing term, question mark should be there. The answer is D, guys. 195 is correct. Right? Okay, let's move on to the next question then. Now question number 5. 4, 7, 1, 1, 3. 3, 5, 52. 6, 5. What is the missing? And here, how do you generate the number 113? By using the combinations of 4 and 7. If you take squares of both, it may be close to somewhere 100, not even crossing 100, somewhere 80s. That means if I take one as the cube, other as square, there is a scope to get 113. Let us think of that. And 7 cube is 343. No, there is no possibility. So take the cube of small number, square of large number. So that is a 4 cube plus 7 square. So friends, 4 cube is 64. 7 square is 49. Yes, perfectly. The sum is 113 satisfies. So cube of small number plus square of large number. Or you can say first column cube plus second column square. So don't judge here. Let us go for the second row as well. Then we'll judge what is the final result, final idea. If I take 3 cube is 27, 5 square as 25. Yes, this is idea where I thought to say actually. So we generally thought in the first step that cube of small number, but that is not correct. Why? Because here a cube of small number satisfies. Okay, let us do the same thing whether it satisfies the third column or not. So friends, 6 cube is 216, 5 square is 25. Let us try to see first of all columns wise. First column cube plus second column square. So this we are cubing. First column cube plus second column square. If it satisfies, if that option is there in the correct number is there in the option, that will be correct, right? So 6 cube is 216, 5 square is 25. The summation is 241. Yes, it is there. So that means this logic is correct. If 241 is not there, then what is the implication of it? What is the other way of argument? The other argument is here small number cube, large number square. Small number cube, large number square. If you do the same thing, 5 cube is 125, 6 square is 36. So the possible logic could be 161 may be correct. if 241 is not there. So these are the typical ideas that comes to your mind, that trigger in your mind while practicing, guys. Nothing to worry. Let's go for question number 6 now. Now, 12, 6, 9, 10, 20, 10, 15, missing term, 16, 8, 12, 24. What is a missing term? What is the idea behind this solving this question, right? So guys, I hope that if anybody is preparing for SSC, CGL, other insurance exams, you might be knowing right angle triplets, math, right? What do you mean by right angle triplets? So those hypotenuse square is sum of adjacent side square and opposite side square, right? So I think you might have idea about this. So if you guys know this, it's a matter of hardly 20 seconds to 30 seconds to recognize the pattern. Why? Because there is a very important right angle triplet, 3, 4, 5. And every multiples of 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. The combination of 6 and 8. What do you mean by that, right? Okay, let us argue this. So friends, 10 square is 100, 6 square is 36, 8 square is 64. So the sum of these two is this. If you do the same, let us try to see whether it satisfies or not. So 12 square is 144, 16 square is 256, and 144 plus 256 is 400, and that is 20 square. So the sum of first column square and third column square is a second column square, right? We can call first column as C1, second column as C2, third column as C3. So C1 square plus C3 square is C2 square. So here 9 square is 81, 12 square is 144, 15 square is 225. So 144 plus 81 perfectly satisfies with 225. If we do the same thing, 10 square is 100, 24 square is 576. The sum of these two is 676. 676 is square of what number? 676 is square of 26. So 26 square is 676, right? So in place of question mark, 26 must be there. And that is how you can work out the question easily, right? Now let's go for question number 7. 6, 8 missing term, 4, 6, 7, 5, 9, 3, and then 27, 19, and this term. Now, in what way you can get the number 27 by using 6, 4, 5 combination? Why? Because I'm talking in terms of columns, guys. All numbers in terms of row wise, they are very simple, small numbers. Always try to see small numbers to big numbers. So if you think about this columns wise, guys, what is 6 squared? That is 36. What is 4 squared? That is 60. What is 5 squared? That is 25. What is 36 plus 60? Is it 52? And this 25, the difference is 27, and that matches here, right? What I mean to say is that when I square this, and take difference here, you'll get this number. I mean, R1 square plus R2 square minus R3 square is R4. That is what I trying to say. R1 is row 1, R2 is row 2, R3 is row 3, R4 is row 4. Why to cross check here? Let us try to see the second column as well. I mean, these elements. So 8 squared plus 6 squared minus 9 squared. So friends, 8 square is 64, 6 square is 36, minus 9 square is 81. So this is 100 minus 81, 19. That perfectly satisfies. If you do the same thing, now this is some x, and you need to take square of it. So x square plus, you need to add this, right? So 7 square is 49, minus, you need to subtract here, 3 square is 9, this is 56. So 49 minus 9 is 40. If 40 come to this side, minus 40, x square equal to 56 minus 40. Okay, let us write, somebody may confuse. So if 40 come to this side, 16, right? X square 16, x is 4, and that is option E. So this is one fantastic question from our collection. Many people will, struggle to get this, but this is our easiest way if you know the idea about squares and cubes. Okay, let's go for question number 8. So 30, 17, 21, 12, 14, 16, 14 and missing term 100. How do you get the logic here? And we strongly recommend you to pause the video for some time, see the magic after that. So it's a very special question, very, very special question. So try to pause the video, try to work out on your own. Friends, when I take sum of these two, see, observe, this is one unique question I can say. So 13 plus 12, that is 25, right? What is sum of these two digits? 2 plus 5, 7. If you take square of it, that is 49. So sum of digits and square of it, that is the number. Let us try to check the same by looking into the third column, this column. Friends, 21 plus 16 is 37, and sum of digits 3 plus 7 is 10, and the square of it is 100. It's a very, very, very special question. That's what I said. If you do the same thing here, 17 plus 14, the sum is 31, and sum of digits 3 plus 1 is 4, and square it, that is 16. So missing term is 16. So this is one very, very special question, guys. So please be careful. And if your preparation is up to this mark, you can easily crack any competitive exam. So try to set a very large set of preparation with you, right? Next question. Next question is very, very tricky question, okay? How do you generate the logic between the numbers? First, think of it carefully. I would say, again, this is another special question from our collection on squares and cubes logic. Let us try to see this. Friends, I can say 9 and 36 are perfect squares, right? So 9 and 36 are perfect squares. Now, how do you get this idea? 9 is 3 squared. 36 is 6 squared, right? Now, how do you obtain this basis, right? For that, friends, observe here, when I multiply 4 with 3. So what is 4 into 3? 4 into 3 is 12. If I take the sum of digits of the product, 1 plus 2, that is 3. If I take the sum of digits of the product of the first 2 rows and square it, will get the third element. If you do the same stuff here, 6 into 7 is how much, friends? 6 into 7 is 42. If I take the sum of the digits of the product is 6, 6 square is 36. If you try to do the same thing here, 9 into 8, that is 72. After taking the product, you have to take sum of digits, right? So 7 plus 2, that is 9. And if you take square of that digit sum, 9 square is how much? 81. And that is option C. This is a very, very special question from our collection. So please note it down. Let us go for question number 10. 7, 8, 3, 85, 4, 7, 3, 61, 5, 6, 7 missing term. Again, why I read in the columns wise? Because the numbers are large in the last row. That's the reason. Friends, when you observe this, 8 squared is 64. And to get 85, you must have 21, right? 7 3s are 21. So that means R1 into R3 plus R2 square is R4, right? In this way, you can get this. I mean, nothing to worry about that R1, R2 and all, guys. Take the square of the second row and a product of first and third row and then sum of it. So guys, here 4 3s are okay. Let us check here. So R1 into R3, 7 into 3 plus R2 square, 8 square. So 7 3s are 21, 8 square is 64, the summation is 85. If you do the same stuff here, 4 into 3 plus 7 square. So 4 into 3 is 12, 7 square is 49, and the sum is 61. Perfectly matches. So now to do the same thing for the third column, guys. Now you need to multiply first and third rows, right? So 5 into 7 plus the middle term, I mean the second row element 6, 6 square. So 5 7s are 35, 6 square is 36, the sum is 71, sum is 7. So in this way, you can work out the questions based on squares and cubes, guys. So thank you so much for watching this video and for being here. And if you want to get more such updates, you can subscribe to our channel, Learn QA and Unlearn, and click on the bell icon to get all notifications. So whenever we upload a video, you'll get a notification. And don't forget to spread across your community. Those who want to prepare for competitive exams, it might be helpful for them. And we want to make a series of videos on this. This is second video. We have another 7-8 videos on this. So thank you so much once again. Keep learning, keep inspiring friends. Thank you so much. Wish you best wishes.